hit $100,000. Don't relax. You are entering the most dangerous phase of your financial life. For years, you've been chasing a finish line. You've been grinding, saving, and watching that balance ticker move upward with agonizing slowness. You've been told that $100,000 is the magic number that once you hit six figures, the compound interest takes over, the pressure lifts, and you've finally made it. You've been taught that this is the point where the game gets easier. But here is the truth that the financial gurus and the status-obsessed culture won't tell you. The moment your account hits six figures, you don't enter a zone of security. You enter the danger zone. Most people think that hitting $100,000 is a success event. In reality, it is a psychological trap. It is the moment where your discipline is tested more fiercely than it ever was when you were broke. When you have $10,000, you are careful because you have to be. When you have $50,000, you are cautious because you want to reach that six-figure milestone. But the moment you see a 1 inch followed by 5 zeros in your bank account, something subtle and catastrophic happens to your brain. You start to feel successful. You start to feel smart. You start to feel like you have conquered the mountain. And that feeling of accomplishment is the single greatest threat to your future wealth. You begin to look at your life through a new lens, a lens of "I can afford it." You start thinking about the car that is slightly nicer, the apartment that has an extra bedroom, or the vacation that finally feels deserved. This is what I call the wealth ceiling. It's not a literal barrier, but a psychological one. It's the point where your desire for status and comfort finally catches up to your capacity to earn. You haven't actually built wealth yet. You have only built a pile of cash that is currently waiting to be spent. If you do not change your behavior the second you cross the $100,000 mark, there is a very high probability that you will be back at zero, or worse, in debt, within 3 years. You are at a crossroads. You can either use this milestone as a launchpad for true, generational wealth, or you can use it as a permission slip to destroy your future. If you are tired of the cycle of building wealth only to lose it to lifestyle creep, and you want to master the systems that keep your money growing while you sleep, hit that subscribe button. We are stripping away the industry fluff and focusing on the raw, uncomfortable mechanics of protecting and growing your capital. So, what are the traps that take people down in this danger zone? There are 3 of them, and they are masters of disguise. The first trap is the status upgrade. We live in a society that is obsessed with signaling. From the moment you have a little bit of breathing room, you feel a visceral, almost biological urge to show the world that you are no longer a broke person. You think the world expects you to look wealthier because you have $100,000. You start buying the brand name clothing, you start eating at the higher-end restaurants, and you start making purchases that signal to your peers that you have arrived. But here is the irony. The people you are trying to impress with your status upgrades are usually just as broke as you were a year ago. They are trading their future security for present-day optics. When you spend to look rich, you are trading your freedom for a costume. The second trap is investment overconfidence. This is where the danger zone gets really treacherous. You've done well enough to save $100,000, so you start believing your own hype. You convince yourself that you've cracked the code. You stop doing the boring, consistent work of index investing or building your business, and you start looking for shortcuts. You start gambling on high-risk, get-rich-quick schemes because you think you have the cushion to absorb a loss. You start thinking you are smarter than the market, and the market loves to humble people who think they are smart. You take your $100,000 and you chase the shiny object, the hot crypto play, or the leveraged position, and suddenly that milestone you spent years building is halved or erased in a matter of months. The third trap, and perhaps the most insidious, is comfort creep. This is the silent killer. You don't make one big, massive mistake. You make 1,000 tiny ones. You upgrade your coffee. You upgrade your subscriptions. You upgrade your grocery shopping to organic, high-end, or luxury delivery services. You start justifying these as rewards for your hard work. You tell yourself, "I've worked so hard for this, I deserve a little bit of comfort." But let's be very clear. Comfort is the enemy of growth. When you prioritize comfort over leverage, you are choosing to stall your momentum. These aren't rewards. They are taxes on your future self. Every dollar you spend on comfort today is a dollar that isn't working for you in an asset. It isn't compounding. It isn't buying you your time back. It's just disappearing into the void of consumption. To survive the danger zone, you must do the exact opposite of what your brain is telling you to do. You have to be radical. You have to keep living like you are at $50,000 for at least another 2 years. You have to treat that $100,000 as if it is untouchable, as if it belongs to your future self, not your current self. Your goal isn't to look rich. Your goal is to be rich. And there is a massive difference between the two. The person who looks rich is a slave to their expenses. The person who is rich is a master of their time. If you can withstand the urge to treat yourself at this milestone, you will break the wealth ceiling that holds 99% of people back. You will turn that $100,000 into $500,000 and then into $1 million, not because you got lucky, but because you refused to break your systems the moment you got comfortable. Stop looking for the finish line. There isn't one. There is only the process. The process is boring, it is difficult, and it is largely invisible to the people around you. But that is the price of freedom. Now, I want to hear from you. We've covered the danger zone and the psychological traps that sabotage progress. Be honest with me. Have you ever hit a financial milestone and immediately felt that burning urge to treat yourself in a way that you later regretted? Drop a comment below and share your experience. I read every single one, and I want to know how you handled it.